Oh, well, hello there. Where the heck are you? Let's see here. Let's find an ignition key. There's the door key. There's the square one. Give her a pump. And she's running. Turn the radio down. Turn the idle down just a hair. Oh, new wiper blades. So nice. It's raining out there today. We need to get some fan going here and some defroster action and get some windows cleared. So it'll be a few minutes before we're ready to roll. But, we got a little bit of running around to do today. Not gonna be able to get much done outside. Not in this weather. It's about 44 degrees right now. It's just bright enough that sunglasses come in handy. So, yeah. How y'all doing? I'm doing all right. Another week done. Woohoo! It is, what is it? It's December 2nd. It's December already, people. Holy cow. Where did the year go? Christmas was just a few weeks ago. Now we're looking at Christmas in a few weeks. I don't get it. I don't get it. I keep hoping we'll get a little bit of a dry spell. I can take Cletus up to the gas station and fill his fuel tank. I don't want to fill it out of cans. I want to drive him up there. But it's been wet so much the last couple weeks. But that's what they were calling for, the long-term forecast. Another wet winter for us. What's wrapping back there this time? A chunk of wood or something, who knows? Ouch, that was my fingers. That hurt. So, yeah. Get some fan blowing here. Sorry if there's any wind noise. Shouldn't be. I got you on the did camera with the windsock. Lights are still working. This climate control unit's still intermittent with the light, so I'm going to have to pull that apart. I did order up a bunch more bulbs, like what I put in the rest of this thing, so I've got some extras, and I got enough, excuse me, should have enough to do the Jimmy when it's up and going. So, speaking of the Jimmy, transmission might be done. Kevin was going to see about picking it up after work today. It is Saturday, he said he was working, so keep our fingers crossed. I'm going to head out his way tomorrow. I've really got to fix this seat. A big old strip of cloth that was not long just hanging here. Poor old truck. A little bit more on the defrosting here and we'll be ready to roll. We'll flip you around and get you a forward view as we're going. I'm going to take the long way around the lake. Oh, that's a speaker wire. Did the striker bolt on the passenger door, the little nylon piece finally broke off. They were original to this truck. Driver's side still has it, but it's getting down there. So bought some new ones. But had to pull my little speaker boxes I made out. That was kind of a pain. But yeah, where was I? So yeah, Jimmy, transmission hopefully done. Gonna head out to the brother's place tomorrow. Part of this trip, like I said, we're gonna take the long way around the lake just to get the truck warmed up and run some fuel through it. Might even just stop and, I don't need to top off this tank yet. I should be able to get through tomorrow. Just below a half a tank, although I am on the downward slope in the driveway. She's not idling all the way down yet. This thing's kind of funny in the cold. I've got it set up for the warm temperature. It gets cold, it'll get up to temperature, and then you drive it and the temperature drops way down, so a little too heavy on the cooling system? I don't know. But, we got good oil pressure, we got battery charging, got all the lights working. We do have, the other tank is full, so we're good there, so I don't have to go buy a tank. mostly full. Showing 3/4. Yeah, we'll worry about that when the time comes. We'll go back over to the right-hand tank. So, in to drive, get the rattles to stop. Where are you going? You're going straight. Okay. So, yeah. I've been putting motor and trans together. Grab your brakes. I got a little wet. Been a little damp for the last few days, so rust builds up on the brake surfaces. It takes a few applications to polish them clean. Not doing too bad now. Oh yes, beautiful Pacific Northwest early January day. Yeah, we're gonna go for a cruise around the lake, like I say, just to get some temperature in this thing. Oh, we're getting less gas than I thought. Got 3/8 of a tank. No worries, that'll get us through tomorrow. And for what little bit we'll be going today. To drive your old rigs. House is for sale. Wonder what it's going for. Oh, they got people living in the old abandoned place that they remodeled. Nice, I didn't notice that. Neighborhood's changing. The neighborhood is a changing. So yeah, let me pull over here. I'm gonna flip you guys around so you can at least look at something better than my ugly mug. Behind us. I still got to get the rear view mirror put back in this thing. I haven't run with that for several years now. So, flip you around and tell you what we're looking at. Back you over, shut you off here for a sec. Back in a flash. And we're back. Wipers back on here. I got chrome flaking off my turn signal stock. I don't like that. The new one's gonna run me. Guess you do have the passenger window down a little bit, I heard. Splashing water on the passenger side of the truck. The water running down the road here. It's been a wet morning. Yesterday was fairly nice, actually. It was pleasant when I got home at 8 o'clock or so. Full headlights on now. Fuel tank is stabilizing. We're back up to half a tank now. Some new sending units I put in are a little slow. So yeah, Christmas right around the corner. Hope you all been good. Santa Claus is going to be able to bring you lots of neat stuff. Excuse me. My Santa Claus keeps getting upset that I don't come up with ideas. I don't really need anything. I already got a house full of stuff. You know, as we get around the lake, we're going to swing into Target. I need a belt to hold the pants up, not a shot of booze. We'll pop in there and get some breakfast stuff for the rest of the week. And a timer for the Christmas lights. I put lights up last weekend, Sunday evening I think it was. It was Saturday evening after the rains blew through and dried out a little bit. Popped out there and hung my lights, did my decorating on the outside of the house. Twice now, since I've had this house, I've bought timers. And when I was looking for it this time, I couldn't find either one of them. I remember losing the first one, never found it. Bought the second one, and it's gone now. I was using it last year. I like having the timer, so I don't have to worry about turning the lights on and off all the time. I usually just let them run from sundown till early in the morning. Everything's LED now, so it doesn't draw hardly any juice. Look at all the spray coming off the cars. That's a wet one out there today. Temperature's getting up there, so we're doing okay. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It gets up to temperature and then it seems to drop way off. The guy that pulled up beside me in the other lane there in the right-hand lane, he just wants to be in front, so we'll let him. I don't know if the thermostat's sticking. It's stuck open or something. I don't know. I should just go ahead and replace it. So the guy plays right down the road from me in the cop car there. Lightens up a little bit. Nobody else in the right-hand lane. Shallow road is closed. That's where the blue truck went when I sold it. They're doing new home construction down that way, so they got the road all closed off. He has since sold the truck again to actually another person I know. Christopher Ross on YouTube. Said he was gonna make some videos. He hasn't got around to it yet. He's been doing a lot of mandatory overtime. He works out on the flight line as a travel crew member. So we'll see what he does with it. He said he wants to do some snow wheeling with it. I just want to get mine on the road. I'm anxious to get that thing up and running and see what else it needs to make it a comfortable driving truck. Still haven't checked ball joints and tie rod ends and all that stuff. Definitely want to go through the brakes before I put it back on the road, just because they've been sitting for so long. Guess I should use my turn signal there, but yep, it's wet over here too. The old trucks, love them, but sometimes it'd be nice just to drive them, not have to fix them all the time. I'll run over and check out my brother's channel, Kevin92XJ. He's got that new 1-ton Dodge that he bought earlier this year. Put a leveling kit on it, and some bigger tires. He decided to go for not as big of a truck as he could get. Definitely way more than he needs. But hey, it's his money. Big 1-ton with the 4-door and the 8-foot bed and the diesel. And it's got two things wrong with it, in my opinion. It's got too many doors, and it's got the wrong transmission. Should be shifting that one himself. That's the way the world's going now, automotive-wise. Everybody wants an automatic transmission. I really like a manual. But no, I'm not converting this one over to a manual. Levels are right up there. I don't know if this lake ever goes down. It's not a dammed lake, it's a natural drainage. It's not a man-made lake. Stream or river fed, and I don't know where it dumps out though. New Range Rover? Not for me. What? Nobody's out here at the swimming hole. Little skiff for sale. It's probably been there a long time. Put on the road. Ah, lovely downtown Lake Stevens. Got the bridge all lit up, Christmas lights. Some of the trees, that must be the town Christmas tree there with the Christmas balls on it. It's kind of pretty down here. Still got leaves in their trees with fall colors on them still. Our post office. I think they put another post office in on the other end of town. I had a package arrive not too long ago and went to go look up the hours, and it showed that it wasn't at this location. And of course, neither one of the post offices is open on weekends for will call pickup now. Nice little drive, I like this. Hey, I got a couple more channels I can toss out there. A little shout out for a buddy of mine that I work with. He's getting into the YouTube stuff a bit here. He's actually the one that turned me on to that new editing program I've been using, Filmora. So the first one is, it just goes by the name, I think it's Brucey Bruce. He does lip sync videos to 80s songs. There's a story behind it, so I'll let you watch the videos, but he had a really rough childhood, and then his dad recently passed away, and that just kind of brought out a lot of the bad stuff from the childhood, not from dad, but from the stepmother. She was really the epitome of the evil stepmother, the wicked witch. But go check him out, give him your support. They're just fun to watch. He's about 10 years older than me, but he gets into it and has a good time. He's a fun dude to hang out with at work. Him and I get along pretty good. He's my counterpart at work, so he's the other half of the safety coordinator team at Boeing for the 787 program. And then he's got a second channel, because the first one he can't monetize because he's using pop music from the late 70s and early 80s. But he wanted something that he could potentially make a little bit of money off of. I mean, it's always nice to try to cover your expenses and have a little bit to show for the effort that you're putting out. But it's called DJ Brucey Bruce. And they're a little bit long videos, 10, 11, 12 minutes. But he downloaded a music creator format program. So he's making music now. Kind of dance, I don't want to call it techno, but it's kind of neat. I'm actually thinking of looking into that as well. Not so much for making the music, but for enhancing the YouTube stuff. I can't remember the name of that. Something mix or mix something. If I think of it and I remember it, I'll try to throw a little link in the description down below, as a lot of the big time YouTubers do. Kind of a neat little program. It's got sound effects and whatnot in there. That's kind of more what I'm looking for, but with the holidays rolling around and having to shop for Christmas stuff for the family, the whole damn family, we'll probably hold off on that for the time being. It's on Amazon right now for $100. If you go to their website, it's like $200. So I'll look into it a little bit more, but they've even got a demo that I can play around with too. I should probably do that. I like that editing program, but I just wish it had a few more sound effects. It's got good music for little snippets. Just the sound effects department. And I was thinking about going around and just recording different stuff. Just to get sound clips, you know, taking this thing up into the mountains to a quiet spot and just starting it up. You know, hear the motor crank, and then maybe hear the engine shut off, or just different things like that. Birds singing, you know, things I could just put in the background of stuff. Just to have some fun with and mess around, because in the end, that's what this is all about. Just very thankful that you all follow along and enjoy what I do. Definitely got me out a little bit more, a little more interested in stuff. Before YouTube, I'd sit there and I'd look at stuff in magazines and books, and I'd think about it. And I come in here and he's turning, so we can sneak on out, spin the tires, spin on the painted patch of the crosswalk. Yeah, I'd go to a car show and then it'd be years before I'd go to the next one. Just because, you know, I've been to it, I don't need to go again. Although coming up January or February, I need to mark my calendar. I missed it last year. I was planning to go, but I just missed it. I want to go hit the Model Railroad show up here in Monroe. Take an afternoon, pop up there, bring the camera with. Catch some little miniature choo-choo trains running around. I enjoy that kind of stuff. I think it's neat. I like the miniatures. As much as I like working on the big stuff. I can't have everything in full size. This looks like Kevin's new truck. He bought the stripped down version. Although it's still fancier than anything I own. You got, what do they call that? The Tradesman, I think it is. Black bumpers, black grille. Still got all the power goodies on the inside. I like trucks like this. Hand crank your windows. Regular cab, 8-foot bed, solid axle with the leaf springs all the way around. It's like the old 1880s buckboards that they used to go to town in to go get their building supplies, horse-drawn stuff. But it's simple, it works. I like it. I think I like it because everybody else goes for the new stuff. Windows are finally clearing up. Passenger side's still a little foggy. Left-hand turn here, pop up the hill, we'll cruise up to Target, then we're going to zip on over to AutoZone. I've got the part number for the starter I like. I was going to buy one through Summit, but I couldn't. Yeah, technically that block that I put in that Jimmy, or I am putting in that Jimmy, it's a Vortec block. It should be the same as the block that would go in, say, for example, this truck. The blocks, I don't think, changed, but they've got two different starters listed for the square body trucks for that year and for the CK series, the independent front suspension. So I'm assuming they changed the starter design because of the cross member. I think they changed the motor mount design and whatnot, so they just needed a little more room, so they probably changed the starter, I'm guessing. So I'm going to go ahead and buy one from AutoZone. That way, if it is the wrong one, it's easier for me to return. I wanted to do an AC Delco. AutoZone only sells reconditioned AC Delcos, but they have a Duralast Gold series that is brand new. It's not a reman with a lifetime warranty. So we're going to go for that one. It's like $2 cheaper than, well, they're rebuilt AC Delco starters, but most of the stuff I've been buying for that Jimmy's been AC Delco. But here's Target. Hop in, get a belt. We're going to look at timers for the Christmas lights again. Oh, he's making a big shopping trip. Holy, would you look at all the cars here. This is going to be one of those trips where we regret coming. Oh well. What time is it now? Where's my watch? It's a quarter after noon. We'll see what time we get back. Truck idle down here. So she doesn't want a diesel. We'll be back in a bit. Alrighty, we are back. That wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Oh, truck. First, the windows are fogging up. Yeah, it was, well, we're back in the truck at 12:30, so 15 minutes. A little hazy there for you, sorry about that. Give her a minute to clear. Walked out of there with a gallon jug of Rain-X all-season wiper fluid. Had some microwavable breakfast eggy sausagey bowl things and some OJ and what did I buy in this one? Oh, a can of WD. We got the heat all the way up. Defrost is going. Fans on high. Crack the back window a little bit to get some airflow going through and let it do its thing. Wipers on. Lights on for safety. playing with that little rubber gasket that's on the steering column here. It's all out of whack again. D for drive and stab the throttle. Let's go. Yeah, I pulled in, gave the truck a second to try to get the idle to settle down. Boy, the temperature on the gauge dropped like a rock. 160-ish. Actually, it's probably closer to 140. Maybe about 150, 160. Halfway between 100 and 210. Gave her a minute, she started climbing again. I don't know what's going on with that thermostat. I'll have to see about swapping it out sometime. I don't remember what brand I put in this thing. I don't think I would have put a 160 in there. Yeah, so I'm walking into the store. Lots of cars in there, hardly any people in line. Luckily, a lot of people wandering the aisles. But there's a gal in her big SUV blocking the whole aisleway in the parking lot. Turn signal on, waiting for a guy who's taking his sweet time putting his kids in the back seat, and his cart was still full of stuff. And it was, about halfway between where I had parked and where the front of the store was, so it wasn't like it was an, oh my god, this is an amazing parking spot. But what got me was, I don't think it was 10 spots further up. There's half a dozen openings right there. But she had to sit there and wait for that one and block everybody else. There were a few cars behind her. Nobody could get around her. She was kind of sitting cockeyed in the aisle, in the lane. It's like, come on, people. Oh, we do need to go to Ace Hardware. We didn't have timers there for the Christmas lights at Target, so we'll pop into Ace and then head down to AutoZone. On this rainy Saturday afternoon. The money beggars are out sitting outside the stores now. Always makes me wonder, would you like to donate to our charitable cause? What makes you think that I'm going to believe that all that money that you collect is actually going to that charitable cause? This day and age with people ripping other people off. Sad we have to think that way, but if you don't, it just makes the greedy people that much more prominent to go out and be even greedier. And left hand turn. Lots of people on Ace, it looks like. Put her right next to the Toyota. Right about there. Alrighty, we're back in a flash yet again. Alrighty, well, that took a little bit longer than Target did, but a couple more of those dry as the air cartridge things. I'll throw a second one in this truck. I know I've usually run two in Cletus. I'll throw a second one out in the, actually I have a second one out in the Jimmy, but didn't have any stuff for it because Kevin was filling it for me, so I bought 2 jugs of the crystals so I can looking at the parking lot here. I bought 2 jugs of the crystal so I can replenish a little bit what he does. How the hell are you supposed to get out of here? They got the thing blocked off for the Christmas trees and people are parking up there now. Jeez. This is just stupid layout design. So let's do this. Cars racing through. We got dudes walking behind me. Another truck. I guess they're circling around. That Christmas tree lot up there is just screwing everything up in this parking lot. I don't remember it being this way last year. Good thing I don't have to come to Ace very often. What are we doing? On traffic. He's a light turn to go. Almost see out these foggy windows. I've got everything blocked off here. And they're gonna park, aren't they? Yes. Come on. Trying to figure out how to get the hell out of here. Come on. I can't go any further because you're in the way. Jeez. Go. I'm trying to get through the parking lot like you are, lady. And now I can't because they're blocking everything. God. This is frustrating. I don't like stupid stuff like this. Holy, this is just a mess. Didn't even look at that when I pulled in. Now we're going to AutoZone. I got my timer. A little bit different design, 20 bucks. I wanted one that just plugged right into the wall, and the one they had that was mechanical, had a little lead on it, but like hanging stuff off the outlet like that. Oh well. So I'm just going to back out in front of me. Oh, the holidays, they are upon us. Ooh, and even AutoZone's busy. My buddy Jim's not working today. He's the one with the black 86, I think it is. Half-ton Chev pickup. The manager of the joint here. The rear brake's getting grabby again. A little wet. Alrighty. We'll be back again here shortly after going to buy a starter. Woohoo! We are back. It's on for safety again. Hopefully remember to turn them off. Give the fan a second to remove some of the scuzziness from the window so I can see. Wipers on, they're wiping as they're supposed to do. R for race. Stab the throttle again. So I got my starter. 84 bucks, 85 bucks with a $40 core. Oh, what's going on with the little Aveo out there? Little blue car, all jacked up. Want some rear end work or something. Also bought a 9.5 pound jug of driveway ice melter stuff. Keep that around. I usually don't have ice problems, but no, it won't hurt to have some sitting around. Go, little Kia, go! But with that, I think we are done running around for the day. Got a few more videos to edit up, so I'll just kind of crash out for the afternoon. Have to remember to grab the old starter from the Jimmy. It's still sitting in the frame rails, attached to all the battery cables. This one should work with the Vortec block. Excuse me. If not, it's an easy swap. Good times. Turn the wipers up just a little bit here. Yeah, I should really start thinking about a transmission service on this thing. I haven't done it since I've had the truck. Grandpa paid for one when he gave it to me. I was thinking of that when I was in the store. I've had this thing since I think 2003. But granted, I've only put on, had 67 or 64,000 miles on it. We're sitting at 86,000 right now, 86.2. Yes, that's original for my 84 Chev. So 20,000 miles, but it's good to service your stuff on occasion. Let's go down to the end street of the neighborhood here and do a slow drive through. Just check on the construction. Car right in my back bumper behind me. I'm doing 25 and 25. You can just back the frig off. Bump. Square body with a flat tire. Tearing stuff up here. We're not working down this way yet, so this will be a few weeks till I hit my street. Like driving through every once in a while and just looking at the cars. That way, if I start seeing strange vehicles cruising through. Road closed. Is it really? Just. I've been working here. Steel plate right there. So they're a couple streets over. I'm getting there. I rock Camaros up there. Never noticed that before. This is what my road will be like in a bit. I'm pretty sure it runs right outside, the water main runs right outside my house. So we'll be digging up just like this one. Old Dodge truck there. Wrecked Chrysler. Chevy van. What are these places right on the corner? Wasn't this place? Must have been on the next street up. I looked at. Look at all the neat toys down here, huh? Wasn't this one here on the left? Yes, it's been repainted, but it was remodeled. It was a nice looking house, but it was in this neighborhood, and I just couldn't see myself going for it. Must have been this one here on the left. I don't remember exactly what it looked like, but well, there's a neighborhood tour. Back in here, get my stuff unloaded, enjoy the rest of my afternoon. Get my timer hooked up. I got a package showing up today. hit the car. Get realigned. He's taking the sled out for a ride, looks like. One of the big ski resorts is opening today, which is historically earlier than normal. Well, there we are, home sweet home. Thanks for following along. We'll get you all in the next one. Lights are off. Don't kill the battery. So, yeah. See you later. Bye.